Excellent. So we are in the content. We are in project 2, or excuse me, unit 2, and we're going to work on lab 4. In this lab, you'll adjust the curves of the ball to make the bounce look more realistic. The goals for the lesson are to edit F curves to change an object's speed and movement path. F curves. An F curve controls the movement of an animated object. The colored lines in the F editor window are F curves for different types of movement. Changing the shape of an F curve will change the way the object moves. Curve points are the dots on an F curve. Each curve point in the F curve editor matches up to a keyframe in the timeline. The point's horizontal position tells you what frame it is. Depending on what keyframe type it is, its vertical position tells you the value of its location, rotation, or size, for example. Vector handles. Curve handles are used to change the shape of a curve. Vector handles are a type of curve handle that points directly at the previous or next curve point. Giving a curve point vector handles is an easy way to give a curve sharp angles. Sharp angles cause an object to change direction more suddenly. You'll use vector handles to create a sharper curve in the ball's bounce. Question: what do curve points represent? Do they represent keyframes, vector handles, angles, or 3D objects? Each curve point in the F curve editor matches up to a keyframe in the timeline. Thus, the answer, keyframe. Select the Y location curve. To make a more natural bounce, you'll start by fixing the Y-axis movement curve. We're going to complete these steps. All right, so first, I'm just going to set this to 10 because I think that that's where we left off in the last tutorial. And did you open it, by the way, in the last tutorial? You should already have it open. It's the file, open recent, that should say lab 3. Bouncing ball version 3, though. I haven't been changing the labs. Oops. So open that up if you don't already have it open. And then you just want to make sure that you have the screen layout set to animation. And what else was there? Oh yes, make sure you hit the number pad number 3 to make sure that you're in the side view. And then down here is your F curve editor area. And you're going to click here on location. And when you click on that little drop down box, you're going to see you have the X, Y, and Z location, because remember we've been setting these keyframes as locations. So what we're going to do is we're only going to adjust the Y. So let's hide the X and the Z, okay, by clicking on those eyes. So that will be hidden. Okay, so this is going to get a little bit tricky. So we've got this window right here where our F curve data is, and I'm just going to try to make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it better. You can scroll with your mouse, and you can also hold down your middle mouse button to move it around so that you can try to make it a little larger for you to view. Now you are going to click on your Y location to select it. So notice that it's in white and the others are in black now, okay? And we're going here, do you see this point right here at 10? So that's our keyframe that we made at 10. right click on it, not left click, right click to select it, okay? And then you're going to hit the letter X and delete it, all right? So now you only have the 2 keyframes, all right? So we no longer have that keyframe at 10. Now we're going to select both the starting point at 0 and our end point at 30. Do you remember, if you want to make 2 selections, what key do you hold down? The Shift key. And remember, to select in Blender, you have to right click. So right click on your first keyframe, hold down Shift, and right click on your next one. And now they should both be selected and in orange. We are going to set the keyframe handle type, the handle type. So to do that, we're going to hit the letter V as in vector, okay? And there it is, set keyframe handle type. We're going to change that to vector, okay? And then if you hit Control Z, you'll notice that the curve was soft, and then when you do it, I think it's Shift Control Z to redo it. Yep, Shift Control Z will redo it. And now you'll notice, remember how it said that they were going to be sharp corners? Okay, and now we want to just preview the animation. So I'm going to slide this back over so I can see it more. And we're going to come down to the bottom and hit either Alt-A or just click play. And you can see that now it falls a little faster than it does going up. Still doesn't look totally realistic. We're going to work on it some more. You can hit pause. Bounce types. Different balls bounce in different ways because they're made out of different things. You can use Blender to change the way a ball bounces so it looks like a different kind of ball. Let's see here. So things that are light and springy will hit the ground and then bounce up quickly, almost to their starting point. Rubber balls have fast bounces. In between fast and slow, medium bounces don't bounce up as high or as quickly as fast bounces do. Soccer balls and basketballs are good examples of medium bounces. Slow. The heavier and harder something is, the slower and lower it bounces. Heavy balls, like bowling balls, have slow bounces. Okay, so next we're going to tighten up the Z-axis curve and make the ball bounce more naturally. Okay, so now we're going to work in the Z location. So let's hide that one. Let's reveal the Z location and click on it so that it's highlighted in white, okay? So we're looking at the Z curve right now. And what we're going to do is you'll notice that all of these keyframes are selected because they're orange. So I'm going to hit A to deselect them, and I'm going to right click to select the one that was at 10, keyframe 10. If I click right there, then my guide will show me exactly where I'm at. I'm at keyframe 10. So what I want to do is, since it's selected, I'm going to hit the letter V as in vector, and I'm going to click vector, and when I do, I'm going to get those vector handles there. Okay, and to grab those handles, I just use a regular, nope, I don't, look, see, it's just whenever I click, it'll tell me where it's at. So I need to right click on it. Remember, to right click is to select. And I'm going to use my right mouse clicker, and I'm going to actually hold it down while I drag it up here. Okay, and then I'm going to let it go. And you'll notice when I let go, it'll still move around. Okay, bring it right there, and then you're going to left click to place it. So left click, ding, and that leaves it there. Do the same thing for this other vector handle. Right click on it and hold and drag it up here, and then if you release, you'll notice that it'll still move around for you. Get up there and then left click to place it right there. Okay, now that we have done that, okay, let's go ahead and preview the animation for what we've done. So I'm just going to go ahead and click play. And what do you think? Do you notice any difference? Okay, so while that's doing that, I'm going to see if I can just right click on that, and I'm gonna hit G for grab. Remember, I'm not holding any buttons down right now. I'm just gonna click the letter G, and I'm also gonna click the X, and I'm gonna start moving my cursor. I don't have to click any mouse buttons. And as I do that, the preview is changing. Look at that. That's when it's all the way. So I'm trying to get a more natural looking bounce. Okay, so I'm going to leave it right there. I'm just going to click to leave it. I like that one. Now I'm going to hit, I'm going to right click on this other keyframe, and I'll click the letter G to grab. I don't have any mouse buttons pressed. Clicking G and then clicking X. When I click X, that just limits it to only move the X value. So now I just move my mouse button. I'm just moving my mouse actually. I don't have to click anything. I just move my mouse, and notice I can't move up or down. It's only letting me move on the X axis. So keep an eye on that keyframe, or keep an eye on your view window and see when does it look natural. And when you feel like it looks natural, then click to leave it there. Perfect. Nice job. Well, you'll be glad to know that we're done. You can go ahead and click pause, and you can go File, Save As, and you know what? I'm just going to save that as Lab 4 because I for some reason I haven't been doing that. So version 4. All right, Lab 4, version 4. And you can hit enter twice or click save as a Blender file. Perfect. In this lab, you edited F curves to change an object's speed and movement path. Nice work.